And welcome back to Cigar Time, your friendly neighborhood television show all about premium cigars.
You did it.
That was close. I don't know if it was exact, but it was pretty close.
Ever so friendly.
Ever so friendly. Ah, damn it. Roll them again.
Cut.
Can't do it again. So, yeah, it's, what, March, the middle of March already.
And no baseball.
And no baseball. Don't even start.
Why?
Because I love baseball.
I could care less.
I know you can't. Well,
Another game. If they never played a game again, I'd be like, yeah.
That's
All right, that
just you.
stinks.
That's
No, it's not just me.
That's
Yes.
un-American.
No.
It is un-American. How do you feel about apple pie and
No, I don't use
hot dogs?
Love them.
Well, and baseball.
But I would miss apple pie. Actually, no, I wouldn't miss them.
What,
I mean,
apple pie?
No.
How about
no
hot dogs?
Eh.
Paul had a hot dog the other day that was the size of this table.
That was a great hot dog, though.
Wow, big.
It's huge.
How big was the bun?
The
Regular size.
bun was
Regular
regular size, and the hot dog was hanging out of both ends. Absolutely.
There wasn't enough buns in one whole bag to
What did
make
they
to
call
cover
it?
this thing.
A big bacon cheese dog
Yeah,
from
That's
Wawa,
very
it's
funny.
called.
Really?
from Wawa. I didn't know they had hot dogs.
And
No.
giant hot dogs. No
They
less.
serve yourself hot dogs.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know. He told me it's back near the coffee. I don't drink coffee, so I don't go back there.
It
So
was,
I wouldn't know.
it was in one of those glass hot boxes,
Right.
pre-wrapped, all ready to go.
Right next to the coffee.
Yeah.
Well, I don't go back to the coffee, so I don't see what's back there.
Blah, blah, blah. What are we smoking today, Junior?
Anyway,
Anyway,
today we are smoking the Punch Fu Manchu cigar. If you, I don't know, John, can you get a close up of that? Or you can put it up on the thing. It's got the braid, or what do you call it? The
Top knot.
The top knot from I guess
Chinese people?
Chinese Fu Manchus. I don't know.
I thought Fu
that-
Manchu was a mustache.
It is.
So it is.
Well,
well, it's a person
there's
who
actually
had a mustache.
who had this kind of a mustache.
Oh, did you also have the
this
bitch
year
handle?
too. Yeah. Huh? Pigtail, yeah.
What? You can't say that?
No, you can say it.
Well, it did, didn't I?
Yeah.
Good thing. What else? About
There
that?
are-
What's the blend on this, Rob?
I don't know.
I do.
There you go.
It's a Honduran Habano wrapper. It's an Indonesian binder. The fillers are Dominican, Nicaraguan, and Mexican.
What?
This has two wrappers, a Connecticut and would you say Honduran?
Yeah, Honduran Habano.
What's the point of that with this cigar anyway? I mean, you don't even.
My guess is they just think it might
They
taste
ran out of the-
interesting.
They
to
ran
have.
out of this one.
Yeah.
Could be that.
Yeah,
Maybe-
that's interesting. I wonder if they're.
Maybe just that you taste the Connecticut like dry draw without burning it, because I don't know if anybody's going to smoke it down far enough to actually taste the Connecticut burn.
Maybe
Some
they,
people will, but I'm not. One of those people will not be me.
Yeah.
maybe they don't like the way the taste of the
San Andrew.
of
Or
the
it's a
ha-
Honduran.
the Honduran, so they put the Connecticut.
You know, this is a
Is
funny
that
thing.
is that Corojo or just they just said they didn't say what
Habano.
strain? Oh, they did say really?
Yeah.
That's really dark.
Yep.
This is in that line. I don't know what they call it. It's like
the
with,
Chinese line.
yeah, basically with the chop suey and what was the first one?
The egg roll.
The egg roll, yeah.
Well, there was the egg roll. There was
the-
another one in the big.
Nice try.
The chop suey.
There was a Kung Pao was last.
Kung
that's the
Pao,
one,
that's
Kung
right, yeah,
Pao,
yeah, yeah.
was in the aluminum foil
And they
tray.
these.
See, it
Oh
has
yeah, forgot about that.
has two wrappers.
These always do really well too.
Oh, we can get that there, John.
Yeah, that's part of their celebration of the every year of the Chinese New Year. And they have
Yeah.
a different type of takeout container. Like this is a mock
Well, and-
soup
and-
takeout soup
Yeah.
container.
And after you're done with the cigars, you can put soup in it.
Well,
There you
I
go.
don't think so.
And it'll have some really nice tobacco notes
You
to
don't
the
know what are they
soup.
gonna?
They don't have a Surgeon General warning.
What if they run out of takeout containers? Like different types. I mean,
Well, there are a lot of different types.
maybe like the t-shirt bag. Maybe that's next year. something like that, and then come up with
A
some kind
little,
of food.
a little.
We shouldn't make fun of it. That's what we
little
use.
cellophane pouch like the duck sauce comes in.
Yeah.
There you go. Or they could call it the duck sauce or the soy sauce. Oh no, fortune cookie.
That would be good.
That was, yeah.
And if you order
See,
two,
I
of them,
still
With a,
think we
with,
should-
a, with a little fortune cookie
that was
fortune
s-
sticking out of the end of the cigar
I still
for you to
say
pull
that
out.
was one of my best ideas that we never implemented. Was the fortune cookie with a instead of a pick your own discount, you have fortune cookies made up with a different discount in
Yeah.
each one.
Yes, I remember that.
That's a great one.
That
Great
was
idea.
a great idea.
These have fortunes in the back
Oh, do they?
of the band. It says, "This fortune could be better." It's exactly what it says.
Could be worse too.
It's probably all the same.
Money doesn't buy happiness, but it does buy cigars. And cigars make me happy, so money does buy happiness.
There you go. What does yours say?
Mine says, either way, this was a good choice.
Moose?
Either way?
I got the same one he did.
Oh.
Money doesn't buy you happiness, but it can buy you cigars. So I
How
agree.
come mine's the only negative one? It says this could be better.
Mine's false. Money can buy you happiness.
If you
But
can
buy
buy
you
cigars,
cigars.
Yeah.
Right.
at least it keeps the voices in my head quiet.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Huh. I wonder if the other ones came with it. I don't remember.
What do you mean?
The
The other,
fortune?
the other lines.
Yeah,
Like
I'm pretty sure they did.
did they?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't remember.
This
You know, I
is
used to smoke.
milder than I expected it to be.
Mm.
I used to smoke a ton of punch.
Did you
When
really?
when I first started smoking cigars, I smoked a lot of them. I loved the punch.
Mm.
I don't know what it was. Maybe I liked Honduran tobacco more
Which
back
variety?
then. The regular line. It was I think the punch and the punch pita were my two favorites.
Yeah. Peter's a Toro size.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, thinner.
Yeah. But it's thin now compared to all the others.
But it was that and the H. Upman also, the original H. Upmans. I just thought were too. It could have been also price point at that point, you know, because punch has always been a more
Yes. Affordable cigar. Speaking of
Yeah.
how much are these? Paul, do you remember?
$5.99. I think.
Is that what it's $5.99? Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a nice size cigar for $5.99. $6. Can't beat it. A little higher in New Jersey.
You know what's a funny thing to me? This Honduran Habano. You think about all the Nicaraguan Habanos on the market today, and most of the Habano tobacco from Nicaragua is grown within 20 miles of the border with Honduras. And most of the Honduran tobacco that's grown is within 20 miles of the border on the other side. So why does it taste so dramatically different? I mean, we talk about terroir all the time, but the terroir is not different. They're both on opposite sides of the same river.
Yeah, but I mean, look at lot 23, and you know when Nick Perdomo
That's
talks
true.
about he's got different lots on the same property that
Taste different.
That taste different, and it's on two sides of the river, so nutrients can come from different places, washing down from
Is it a
wherever.
valley area?
I'm guessing
Well, it's
it is
it's
for
a
the
river valley, and on one side of the river is Honduras, and on the other side is Nicaragua, and that whole valley is very rich in tobacco.
Well, my point being is if it's a valley, there's slopes going up this way. Sun hits here during the early part of the day, and sun hits here in the later part of the day.
That would have
might,
an effect.
That might have the difference in the taste of the tobacco.
Also,
Plus,
the
as you were saying,
Nicaraguan
the
side
soil.
is more mountainous than the Honduran side. Like once you come up out of the valley, the Honduran side is relatively flat, and the Nicaraguan side runs up into some low mountains and hills. So I guess you could get different wash off from the
Yeah.
hills into the valley, so the tobacco.
I remember Mike Giannini saying that even if you have the same acre, you can get two different tastes from one side of the acre to another side. I mean, that sounds unusual, but
I would think that some of that would have to do with how they treat the soil and like. You know,
when they
adding-
fertilize it and so
Yeah.
on. Yeah, because there wouldn't be that much variation within
Yeah.
1 acre.
Yeah, but that's what he said.
Well, I mean, Nick said the same thing, but Nick might also be one that would change the nutrients
That
and
could
the
be.
nitrates.
Nick would, yeah.
Yes, because
Not
he's
Giannini.
Nick's very advanced in
Yes.
Agronomical science.
Thank you. I never would have gotten that word out. Absolutely, yeah.
It's amazing how most people just sit and smoke a cigar and they don't understand the science that goes into it. And it's specifically the nutrients and the soil that changes the taste of the cigars.
It makes such an enormous difference.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, people, I guess,
And that's what's good. I mean, people can just sit back and relax and enjoy the cigar and don't have to worry about it.
yeah. So, yeah, and you're right. Some people like that, but we're not. I love all
I
that.
love
I
so
love
do
all
I.
that kind of stuff.
So do I.
I just find it so interesting, and I wish I could remember all of it. Because I read it, and I'm like, oh, that's cool, and then
They used to
I
see something
wish I could
shiny and
forget.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
I wish I could forget some of it.
yeah. But yeah, it's really interesting, and I'm sure when I first got into this whole thing, I mean, I read everything I could find, and I think there's a lot more science and a lot more information available online and different publications
Yeah.
than
Oh, yeah.
when I first got into it. I mean, even and I don't know if that's because of social media and the internet, and it wasn't as prevalent. I don't know, when did I start? 1995-ish, 1994, smoking cigars. But it just seems like there's a lot more detailed information available now than
There's a
way
lot
back
of
then.
crap out there, too. People's misinformation. It's just,
Yeah.
You have to
Here's
sift
a
through all
thing
that
to
stuff.
remember. Everything that's involved in the process of creating a cigar, from start to finish, every single step has been around commercially for about 500 years. So they have been experimenting and changing and doing things over and over and over forever, virtually.
Right. Now, another point is there's only a handful of countries that make tobacco that we smoke. It's Honduras, Nicaragua, Dominican Republic, Ecuador,
Brazil, Costa
Brazil, Co-
and Peru.
Mexico.
Okay, so there's a handful.
Yeah.
There's just 7 at the most. And how many different combinations did you say there are?
400 million.
400 million combinations.
Between
All coming from 7 different countries.
between the countries, the breeds, the locations within the country,
Right, well, that's...
the
yeah.
primings which primings and how you ferment, the variables just keep piling up
Right.
and piling up.
Yeah, it's like 7 to the 20th power or something.
It's crazy.
Well, that's what's cool. That's why that's
Right, exactly. That's why...
There's no 2 cigars that are the same. You could have an Ashton Churchill and an Ashton Magnum. Both are supposed to be the same cigar, the same blend, but they can taste different.
Right.
No.
or even like an Ashton and a Romeo. They're both Ecuadorian Connecticut wrappers, and they both have Dominican filler. 2 totally different tastes.
Totally different.
Just because it says it's from Dominican, and it doesn't mean
Yeah, but there's
where from the Dominican.
it's an okay example, but there is some Nicaraguan in the Romeo.
That's why it's better.
Right. Exactly. But I think we're far enough along that we can definitely taste the differences between different
Countries.
tobaccos in different countries.
Yeah.
Now, could I pick them out blind? Maybe.
Some.
Some.
If it was painfully obvious, but it's like the Pepsi challenge or the Coke challenge. whatever they
That's
had.
easy.
Yeah.
I can tell by looking at them.
Yeah, one's
Yeah,
blue and
yeah,
red.
one has a blue
one's
red,
red
one
and
has a
white.
red.
No, but if you put them in a cup, they used to have that Pepsi challenge, and I could just tell just by looking at it which ones. The Pepsi has a little more syrup in it than
I always thought Coke had more carbonation.
it does.
It was
That's
rougher.
what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Bigger bubbles.
Gotcha.
There's more syrup in the Pepsi. That's what makes it taste sweeter.
I knew Bubbles.
Yeah.
You didn't date her, did you?
No. Paid her a couple of bucks though, but
Oh my God. All right, let's get to initial impressions.
what's your initial impression, Scott?
Um,
It's hard for you because you're cold.
yeah, but no, I still get this. I wouldn't say this if I didn't know it was Honduran, but it tastes Honduran.
Yes, it does.
If I didn't know that, I can't claim that. But knowing what it has, this earthy
Clay.
kind of like an odd kind of like a spice that hits me in a spice that hits at a different spot on my tongue than Nicaraguan. I'm actually, and maybe it's not a spice, maybe it's the Ligero, but I'm feeling this on the top and the back of my throat. Not like super strong, like, but that's where the mouthfeel for this cigar is to me.
Is it on your hard palate or your soft palate?
What's the difference? I don't even know. Tell you the truth.
Well, one
Soft palate is
soft
farther
palate is
back.
further back.
It's if you run along the top of your mouth, there comes
It's-
a point
it-
where the bone
Oh,
ends
the soft.
and it's soft.
Okay.
Soft. Oh, okay. I
So
got
it's
what you're
further
saying.
back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I find it has a almost a clay kind of note to it. You know, you called it earthy, but it's like clay.
Clay as in the or Clay Aiken.
No, clay as in the stuff.
All right. I just want to make sure. I wasn't sure what you were.
Yes, some Clay Aiken notes.
Well, hey, you're very experimental, Paul. I don't know.
I'm not that expert.
Just saying.
Well, only when it comes to tobacco. Moose, what do you think?
It's not a bad cigar.
Louis doesn't like it.
Try not to overwhelm with
I actually,
enthusiasm.
I really like this cigar.
It's actually better than I thought it was going to be.
Is this the first time you've had it?
No.
Oh.
No, but my
It's the
my
first time I've
impression
had
was
it.
when I first had it, because I had it like 2 weeks before we got it in. I got samples, and I'm like, I'm not a fan of the
Chinese food
the
thing.
Chinese. Yeah, it's just I think it's hokey. But some of the cigars that have come out of it are pretty decent. And this was I had low expectations. Put it that way. But then when I tasted it, it's actually better than I thought it was.
I like this one. I actually like this cigar a lot. This is like the fourth or fifth one I've had.
Yeah.
I really like it.
I expected it to be rougher than it is, and actually I'm finding it to be fairly smooth
Oh,
with
see, I'm
just that little concentrated
Is this the
thing
first
on
one
the
you've ever
palate.
had?
Yeah, this is the first
I
one
find
I've
it.
tasted.
See, I find it rougher, for some reason, and again on my soft palate.
To be more accurate, yeah.
Never really thought about that before, but that's actually a really interesting distinction between.
Yeah.
Never distinguished it that by before,
And
so
the taste is
learn
different
something new every day.
on the hard palate and
You're
on
welcome.
the soft palate.
I kind of like it too. I don't hate it as much as Moose does, apparently.
I didn't say I hated it. I didn't
okay.
say I hated it.
He damned it with faint praise.
Yeah.
I can say one bad thing about this cigar is this little Fu Manchu thing is getting on
It's
my
getting on
freaking
my nerves. I know.
I
me
took
too.
mine
Every
right
one
off.
of my
No, I'm not taking it off. I want to smoke
done.
through it, see
I'm
if it
gonna pick my
changes.
teeth with it.
Oh my
no,
god.
I can't take it anymore. Keeps
It
hitting
is.
me in the can't say that word,
No.
nose or something. It's getting on my nerves.
I want to try to smoke through it.
What I really want to do is I have half a mind to cut it right here and see if it's any different. What the hell?
You got a cutter?
I'm gonna cut it so.
Watch them come completely unraveled.
I'll smoke
Now,
this later.
you made it. You shouldn't have thrown that stump in the ashtray
Why?
because you could smoke that and see how it tastes with the Connecticut wrapper.
Yeah. He didn't. It's still sitting there. I don't like that part. This is what you guys do when you blend.
This is gullibility 101.
Sorry.
Well, while he's playing around
How's
with
it
the
taste,
cigar,
T?
I find the cigar to be
You know what's funny is I
enjoyable
thought the
smoke.
same thing.
It's an
easy.
enjoyable smoke.
It's-
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
It's pleasant.
I
It's
mean,
actually getting better.
This is the first one. The reason why it wasn't non-committal the first time you asked me.
Okay.
It's the first one I've smoked.
Okay.
Okay, so
I
I'm
gotcha.
still trying to figure out.
All right.
But so far,
It's
an
actually
enjoyable
getting
smoke.
better as it goes along.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
The Connecticut
What, just the
version?
Connecticut part?
Yeah.
I can smell the earthiness in that part of the cigar. The
I'm getting
grassiness.
like a dry toast kind of note
Oh, yeah.
to it.
I actually got
I
a little
can-
bit of mint from that
I
part.
smell that.
Mint? Or-
The grassiness.
Really?
Yeah, of that part of the cigar.
We're not recommending that you cut the Connecticut end off
No,
and
no,
smoke
no,
it
no.
separately.
I mean,
This
you
was-
can, but
This was an
experiment.
experiment.
Huh. It is different.
Different? I'm sure it would be.
Oh.
You got to get a close up of that face.
You know what? These guys know what they're doing.
They did it right.
Yeah, I'm like, why would it be?
So
It's
the
gotta be
Connecticut,
me.
the
That's
Connecticut,
got to be me.
the Connecticut end is what you're saying is it mellows out the rest of the cigar, makes it smokable.
But it's only it's only not from the smoke or the tobacco. It's just like where it hits your tongue.
I think that the Habano wrapper itself, not burning it, just itself, has a flavor that maybe isn't as appealing, and that's why they put the Connecticut on it. So you get the burn of the Habano, the smoke, but you don't get the mouth taste of the leaf itself because the Connecticut is blocking it out.
But maybe I like Habano. I like.
More than Connecticut.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, but
Well,
maybe it was in the way because this looks like it's been fermented longer and higher temperatures.
Yes.
Because this is darker
This
than
is
most.
dark
It's
for
much
a
darker.
Habano.
Yeah, it is.
Excuse me.
I
See how
don't know. I don't know which priming they used. So it's possible it was a higher priming.
That's what I would.
So it would be more of a Lajero.
Well, it
More
would
like
still be a
Lajero.
wrapper, but a high priming,
Right, yeah.
maybe a Viso.
Okay.
Which that might explain, if it's a Viso wrapper, that might explain why the leaf itself doesn't taste good in your mouth. Viso does not, and Lajero really does not. If like you took a leaf and chewed on it, it's not good.
Lajero leaf.
When you burn it, it's wonderful. But
There aren't too many cigars that have Lajero leaves.
as a wrapper,
Yeah, as
no,
a wrapper.
very few. And not many use Viso because it's not aesthetically appealing.
Mm-hmm.
But I think when you use Viso for a wrapper, you wind up with a much more intense flavor profile. Because it's usually used in much the same way that you would use Lajero. It's usually used to fortify the filler.
Is that a thicker leaf? Because it's
Viso?
lower. Because it's lower.
No, higher.
higher
filler.
sticker. Stupid.
No. The Visa was lower than Lajero, though, isn't it?
Yes. So you're asking, is it thicker than
Yeah.
Lajero?
Yeah.
No.
No. Okay.
No, the higher up it gets thicker because it tries to protect itself a little bit from the sun, and it also more nutrients and it
And
has a
more
longer chance to grow.
photosynthesis. Yeah.
Oh man, sorry about all the cough in there.
Just
We
don't
need
choke.
endorsements.
Just don't get me sick.
Then you gotta work.
Then I got to work when I'm sick. I don't want to do that.
I did yesterday.
But you took off yesterday.
No, I said I didn't
I'm
go to
getting
the
that
store.
minty note now.
Are you?
Yeah, even though I didn't cut it off. Yeah.
We should also point out when we say minty, it's not like chewing a mint. It's
It's like a mint leaf.
it's what makes you think of it. That's what I mean. I'm sorry.
Two more.
It's what it reminds you of. It like
These are the cool flavor. It's not as
Yeah.
not as hot.
It's a menthol cigar. No.
yeah. A lot of tasting is like we say it's cocoa. It's like I don't feel like I'm eating a Hershey bar,
Right.
but
It evokes cocoa.
it. And I think I've said this before on the show. You know how sometimes you listen to music and it reminds you of a certain time or a point in your life. Well, that reminder of that is kind of like what tasting a cigar is, where it reminds you of, oh, you know what? Whatever, a chocolate bar, popcorn, toast, bark, like when you were a kid. So it reminds you of that sort of stuff.
Yes.
I don't understand how you guys don't even, have never tasted bark when you
I
were a
have.
kid.
We used to like little sticks.
Yeah.
At least tell me you're smoking cigars.
No, but you've never bitten into a piece of bark?
Just chew
Peppermint
on it,
bark.
No, not peppermint or cinnamon. Cinnamon's a bark, but no.
That's true.
or chocolate
Ugh,
bark.
that's gross.
Chocolate almond bark.
Lord. I didn't have
Shut
to say it either.
Shut up.
Just rolled right. I mean, it just rolled right in there, man.
Yeah, yeah,
It's natural.
perfect. Yeah, perfect.
You know, it's funny though. Other than, I'm not identifying any specific tastes other than like, I mean, I've said some spice in the back of my soft palate, a little bit of harshness, but no specific flavors are coming out. Maybe
No.
that is because I have a cold.
Could be.
That touch of mint and toast. It tastes like toast.
Muffins?
You smell muffins?
Good Lord.
I'm getting that mint on this part now. And again, it's
Hey, you
Not
were,
like-
you were talking about it reminds you of things in the past and stuff like that. When I'm smoking a cigar and I'm picking out the flavors, I'm thinking about food.
yeah,
Yeah, because that was my training.
Sure.
right.
Using the different spices and things like that, and it reminds me of meals. You know, oh, this tastes like something I had, you know, with pasta, or,
Right.
or Indian food, or you know, something like that.
That,
All right, we gotta
that's
go.
what
We gotta put a
tasting
number
is.
on it. Wow, this half hour flew by.
I'm going to give this a 9.25. I really like the cigar. That's a high rating for me.
Yeah. Moose.
I agree with Scott. 9.25.
And I think a lot of that is because for some reason, I've really looked forward to smoking this cigar. It reminds me a little bit of, not stroking you too much, but there were times when I used to Jones for that Pinot.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I couldn't wait to get to the store to smoke that.
And that's how you
Just
feel about
because it
this
was
cigar?
a distinctive
No,
flavor.
but in that general realm of I'm like, you know, I really am in the mood for this.
Okay.
That doesn't happen with a lot of stuff.
No.
I'd say I could find that same principle with this, because it's the taste of it. It's something I feel I could smoke 2 or 3 of them, you know, in an afternoon,
Yeah.
and it wouldn't bother my taste buds. It wouldn't overpower them. You know, the last one would be like, ah.
Yeah.
I
And
can't
the
do
price is great.
Cool.
Yeah, price is awesome. I
All
can't
right,
do
Paul,
that.
what do you get? What number do you give it?
I gave it an 8.75. I like it. I'm not passionate about it, but it's a good, easy smoking cigar with enough flavor to be interesting.
Yeah.
Right.
And smoke production is phenomenal.
It's crazy. Yeah, it is.
I like Paul's description. Enough to be interesting. That's kind of cool the way you say that.
I think I want to split the middle. I want to go for a straight 9 on this cigar. I think it's really good, and it's something you could smoke every day. It's
Yeah.
not. There's nothing offensive or anything about it.
It's not in your
Remind-
face at all.
Right.
Let's remind people next week we're going to have some of the owners from other stores
Yeah.
on the show. We got Joni, Dave, and Trey from
Yeah.
other stores in the area.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So
cool.
stay tuned. Yeah.
Yep, and we got to go. Ciao for now,
Smoke 'em if you
everybody.
Life
got
is
'em.
short. Smoke cheap
often,
cigars.
smoke happy, smoke a